Good morning. The beautiful behind me, mountains of Montana, the skies that are beautiful. You know, this morning I was up really early, as I am every morning, thank God. And on one horizon was a full moon. On the other horizon was the sun rising. Pretty amazing beauty. Wild ponies were running through the valley here, and it was so peaceful and so quiet. But you know, there was shadows and changes almost minute by minute, even second by second. Shadows that kept changing the view of the mountain range and the valley and the colors, continually shifting shadows, causing what looked like one thing, and a minute later it didn't appear the same. There's a scripture that reminds me of that. It talks about every good and perfect gift comes from above. And God is consistent, not like the shifting shadows. He's consistent on doing good for your life. He's consistent on being true to His Word. He's consistent on truly speaking into your life. Why do I say that to you? I think this motivation or inspiration this morning really represents something that each and every one of us probably ask ourselves quietly in our heart. Why am I not where I want to be? Why don't I have what I really want? And so often it's because we're shifting like the shifting shadows. We're not really steadfast on what we want. We're not sure and confident, or we want something today and we want something tomorrow. And we get distracted by the indecision, the lack of discipline, the lack of the plan or the goal that sets ourselves into a direction that we really want to attain. When we sit quietly and seek our hearts and say, what is it I really want? What do I want to do with my life? Where do I want to go? Well, I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you for multiple reasons. Number one, I want to challenge you to really establish what you want, because that's the first step. What is it you want in life? What is the purpose that you're desiring to fulfill in life? No. Put all of those thoughts away. Put the thoughts of I can't do it because of this, or I can't do it because of that, or that's past. I'm too old. I'm not rich enough. Whatever those excuses that have caused you to really shift from the goal that God has placed within your heart, the goal that He's really established that yearns to be birthed. And maybe you take a few steps towards it from time to time, but then you shift, forget, overlook. I want to share that you can really reestablish that goal today. If you'll find within you the desire in your heart that really is there, and then write it down after you've sought it out, then place it out of Proverbs 16. Place it before the Lord and converse with Him like your best friend, like your counselor. Converse with Him as they are conversing in the background. It must be geese or ducks. But remember that you can converse with Him, even verbally out loud. Lord, is this really what my heart's desiring? Is this really what I've been waiting for? Is this really where I'm headed for? And then listen to that still quiet voice within you, that He will speak back to you and say, yes, I've been waiting for you. I've been waiting for you to take the first step or the second step or the third step in the direction of what you really want, where you really want to go. See, we have so many distractions in life. Somebody else's purpose, somebody else's goal. And so we help them maybe accomplish that, and that's good. That's very good. But it shouldn't deter from your goal, your mission. The problem is, and this is why, God gave this true instruction to Joshua and Caleb in the very first chapter of Joshua's book in the scriptures. It talks about place before you day and night the plan. Write down that plan and place it before your eyes day and night so you never lose sight of where you're going and become like the shifting shadows, lost, changing, shifting and not really ever appearing to be what you really want. And I'm not talking about a Porsche, and I'm not talking about a big new house. There's nothing wrong with either one of those. But I'm talking about within you. What's the yearning purpose that God's created you to accomplish? What is the yearning desire in your heart for you to achieve in life? No matter where you're at, no matter what age you are. Because the good news is it's never too late. Not until they put that rest in peace sign over your head in the ground, it is too late. But it's never too late if you just reestablish what you want, what you really want. Write it down. Sit it before the Lord. Dialogue with Him. And then allow the plan to pour out from you. What's the next step? And you don't have to have all the plans together. You don't have to have every step identified. And you don't have to have the blueprint of blueprints and the architect's stamp. You don't need all that. You really only need truly to have that established goal written down before your eyes day and night. Then you need to take the one step that takes you towards that direction. Then you know what? The next step. And then the next step. And as distraction comes, as feelings and emotions and fears come, and they will, and you begin to forget, if you have that before your eyes, if you are remembering that over and over, seeing your goal, seeing your plan, seeing your purpose, seeing why you're doing it and want it, then it will herald, it will call to you, it will be your cheerleader, as Habakkuk 2, verse 2 talks about. It will remind you, walk in this way, because there's a plan. And the neat thing about the scripture I started with was the fact that God will be there with you. He'll be your partner. He'll be right there, shoulder and shoulder with you, encouraging you, because He never, ever leaves you or forsakes you. So He's right there. But He'll be quiet until you truly establish what you want. And then He'll say, and this is what you'll hear within your heart, this is the way, walk in it. I'll make a path through the valleys. I'll raise them for you. I'll lower the mountains. See those mountains? I'll lower the mountains for you. I'll even take the crooked path, He says, and make it straight. Once you've established, you and I establish within our hearts what we want, why we want it, and then take the next step by faith in that direction. So don't take this lightly. I really believe it's a very important message for all of us to not shift like the shifting shadows of this morning, that if you've watched in the background of my visual here, you can see it changing, even as we're speaking right now. You see purple mountains turn into, brown mountains, and you see all kinds of different shadows. But that's not how you want to be, and that's not how God is. So as you're walking towards today, your goal, your desires, what you want, what you really want and why you want it, and you write those down and place them before you so that you see them day and night. I'm not joking, day and night, that you never let them pass from your eyes, and you speak them out loud. And when somebody asks you, you're able to answer them pretty quickly with what you want, where you're going, your desires and goals of life, and purpose of life. Rick Warner put together a book that was very, very, very powerful. And the reality of the things of knowing the purpose in your life, purpose-driven life, gives you power that is just beyond what you can ever imagine. But a purpose-driven life is one that knows what the purpose of their life and what they want is. And this weekend here in Montana, there's a lot of interns here that are looking for the answers of their life, and that's really what I'm sharing with them too. My fishing out in the boat, we talking about, what would you do if there was no money issues, there was no age issues, there was no difficulties and no mountains? What would you do? What would you want to do? Amazing the answers that come from people's hearts. Amazing. But amazing how many of them are not there and not even walking towards that direction. So we're challenging them, but I'm challenging you to seek truly your heart, and what your purpose and your desire and what you want in life. And when your legacy is being spoken at your eulogy, sounds a little bit hard to think about that, but the truth of it is, when they speak of it, do they say he walked or she walked in the purpose and desire and goal to accomplish what they accomplished in life, and they've left a legacy, no matter how small you might think it is. It could be a mom who has just made and raised children to the most highest level of love and compassion and kindness, and she was just the greatest mom in the world. Or the businessman that accomplished incredible things and was able to give to ministries and the people and the chair and give people jobs. The legacy is when your purpose, your desire, is brought before God, laid before Him, and then partnered with Him to accomplish what is impossible by you, but possible with Him. So today, I challenge you to seek what you want. Write it down. Keep it before you. Dialogue with the greatest coach, counselor, and instructor there is, which is God within you. And watch what happens in your next step towards the direction of where you're going. Because now you'll know where you're going and what you want. Have a beautiful day. I look forward to talking with you tomorrow.